Hello everybody, we're going to talk about adding and subtracting polynomials. And basically, it is like combining like terms. So let's look at some examples. In our example, we are to add or subtract the given polynomials. And how we're going to do it is by combining like terms. And how the problem was given, it is written horizontally. Well, how I like to view it is vertically. And what I did was I color-coded the different terms inside of the polynomials so that way whenever we combine the like terms they're in the same color. So I wrote 9a and a negative 11a in red, and 6b and a negative 7b in blue, and 5 and 6 in green. And I can view it just like this to where now I have that vertical math. 9a minus 11a is a negative 2a, 6b minus 7b is a negative b, and a negative 5 plus 6 is a plus 1. Again, all I did was combine the like terms. I combined the terms that contain the variable a, and then I combined the terms that contain the variable b, and then I combined my constants. The second example we have, we're going to subtract. With subtraction, you must distribute the negative sign to all the terms in that polynomial, and then you simply add. So we went from a subtraction problem to an addition problem by simply distributing the negative sign in front of the polynomial to all of the terms in that polynomial. And then I can work it the same way. I labeled all the terms with z, or I color-coded them red, that contained z squared. For the terms that contained z, I color-coded them blue, and for my constants, I color-coded them green. Now I just add them together. 4z squared plus a negative 6z squared is a negative 2z squared, and so forth. So what I would like for you to do is pause the video and work the next two examples. Let's see if we get the same answers. Okay, so for this one here, we have an addition, so I'm going to add the two together. Now, we're going to work this one two ways. First, we'll just work it to where we're just going to do the math, just looking at it like this. It becomes, it's 1x squared and 3x squared. It becomes 4x squared. And this is 2x, and this is a negative 6x, so a negative 4x. And this is 1, and this is 2, and that is 3. That is the quick way to do it. That is if you can see the numbers, and you can go ahead and simplify. There's nothing wrong with that. Otherwise, on the safe side, I can turn around and I can write it out to where it is vertical. And then I add them together. This becomes 4x squared, this becomes a negative 4x, and this becomes 3. This one here is a subtraction, so I will take this negative sign and I will distribute it to all my terms. It's the same as multiplying by a negative 1. So, just over to the side, what I'll do is I'll just do the math to where it's horizontal. 5y squared, a negative 2y squared, so that's 3y squared. A negative 3y, a negative 4y, so that's a negative 7y. And a negative 1 and a 2, and that's plus 1. That, again, is if you can see the math as you work through it. If not, there's nothing wrong with that. 5y squared minus 3y minus 1 plus a negative 2y squared minus 4y plus 2. 3y squared minus 7y plus 1. Let's look at one more example. How about that? Okay, if you want, pause the video. Work it. Let's see if we get the same answer. Okay, we have addition going on. So again, I will turn around and I will work this. This is a cube. It's 9x cubed. So I do not have an x cubed over here. So that is simply 9x cubed. It's all by itself. And then I go to my x, and that will be, well, what about this x squared here though? I can go ahead and write it that way. It's in standard form, 2x squared. See, I can't combine anything. They're there by itself, so that's what I have. And then I have x, or 1x plus 3x, which is 4x, and a negative 2 plus 5, which is 3. So if that confuses you, since I didn't have an x cubed over here, I can't combine it with anything, but it doesn't mean it goes away. It just stays the same, 9x cubed. And then I didn't have an x squared over here, so it just moved over. And then I could combine these and these. So let's write that out to where we're looking at, instead of horizontally, we'll do it vertically. 9x cubed plus 0x squared plus x minus 2. Notice what I did? I filled in for that x squared spot there. Anything times 0 is 0, so this whole quantity is 0. 0 is a placekeeper. Now, whenever I line everything up, see, I can even do this. I can write 0x cubed. And now I'll do the math. 9x cubed plus 0x cubed is 9x cubed. 0x cubed plus 2x 0x squared plus 2x squared is 2x squared. Same things. It does not matter which way you work it, as long as you get the correct answer. How you need to work your math problems are the way that your brain sees it, the way that you're most comfortable with. Okay guys, that was adding and subtracting polynomials. To emphasize, it's more or less like combining like terms. And you must remember to distribute negative signs when subtracting. It's the same as multiplying through by a negative 1. So all your terms become the opposite of what they were. Positive to negative, positive to negative, negative to positive. And that's your basic rules for adding and subtracting polynomials. So, good luck on your homework problems.